Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the space time in life throughout history, throughout the span of history, throughout the span of history. We know the past, yeah, we know the past. Sometimes we need an incisive memory to be able to open, to understand the broader narrative that's beyond our own horizons. And right now in 2025, we can see whole the world what's going on with and against, and a lot of violence, which is sort of like nuclear energy taking over, right? Destroying. Even when people have relationships, it's just like that, right? There is not a you can push the person or pull the person as well and bring it down with your roll again. Just push it again. The jump. Yeah, not just push and pull. So there is also in all the movements you could find here on this planet and perhaps in the universe as well, if you look at the gravity of how we roll. And is fragile as the world is getting to see different angles of truth. They're not the ultimate truth. The ultimate truth in any religion and translation to the divine, from the divine to the divine, is silence. In Christianity is peacefulness. In the Greek mythology of paradise, it is a state of peacefulness as well. And we can go across all the religions, yeah, and find that affinity as well with their gods and their different levels of angels or states of consciousness, yeah, as well as we manage through the material realm throughout history. It doesn't matter how many people get killed from left to right. It's been like that before. Some people have more technology, more power, and a higher sophistication of getting a message that could be is usual used for their own benefit, not necessarily the whole truth. We try our best. We can't control everything when we are living with a body that is stronger and bigger than ourselves as an individual. Let's say, for example, you can't control all your children, yeah? Or you can't control all your workers. You can't control, you have signed for it, but you have not really gone deep. So when we do have wars of hackers hack their own people, all right, and we're like, just chill out, chill out, chill out. They've hacked themselves to judge us. There's no one here hacking, yeah. So you never know who's the hacker, but they are, or attacker. But this is known throughout history. You just attack yourself and blame it on the other. We see this on little brothers and little sisters, yeah, and they go to mommy, the big brother, oh, big sister did this to me, and They didn't do anything. So this will never happen from a higher source of power who is trying to take care of its business. I got a little bit OCPD here, trying to organize the we do all care. We do all care for our business, of course. We all care for what belongs to us. In roleplay, we love absolute power. Alright, and you have to roleplay to understand this. On a first person, when you play with yourself, the truth is within to find anything you want to ask. And when the experience has come, even if you're imaginary, but you have been acting with others and seeing what happens, it's not just what you write. Destruction does destroy. Yeah. So using people's truth to have more dominion as well, it does not necessarily mean it's the higher truth we want. So just let it rain. Let it rain so it pours through everyone. A higher currency that's come out of orgasmic peacefulness across the lands. It's been always raining, and it will keep raining. But how are you sharpening the affinity to see how much abundance we have to allow humanity to share this? All right. I'm gonna put God up your ass so you can feel it. Some people have lost their sensibility. Yeah, you need to be a little more theatrical sometimes so people get it until you like it. So I've been looking for the sharpener for a long time, and I left this pencil because I found it, and I put it on top of a bush. And when I just returned from 2 blocks away, it was broken in the floor. It was a kid with a skateboard, and his mother was fat. I mean, it's not like the first generation coming from Africa that needs to eat because it's never eaten so much before. And I when I walked through, they didn't see it, put the pencil there. I thought maybe a kid will need it for school. It's all in the education, because I already saw them, and they were the only ones who could have done this, take it and break it and drop it in the floor, like if it was fun. Of course, you can take it, sharpen it, but the energy that has taken to produce this, all that energy to produce it is just rubbish. Who is gonna come and sharpen it to give it back life again? So we are producing too much for nothing. And we still need to recycle. Well, we still need to recycle. and allow human interaction to create a better narrative at work, to be able to produce less cardboard, less boxes. This is a work of human interaction. Yeah, you cannot go and blame the owner of a company. It has to do also with government and the mapping, where government and these companies are helping to produce less, listen through the interaction, and see it in the map, because the information is never going to get there. People will hand you and accuse you and mistreat you if you're trying to help a company recycle. Yeah, they will threaten you, thinking you want to do a lawsuit. So it's impossible to get through a head office, quarters office. They're all middle class, want to be rich, who maybe they're newly rich. They had zero education to take care of the wall. They just want to keep their seat, and they're capable of killing anyone to have their seat or keep their seat. Yeah, this is well known, and it can happen through just 2 generations, newly rich, right? You can pay any professional to do the job. Why should you work anyways? Just keep with the show. All right. And you really wish to break these patterns, right? So you're just gonna kill everyone there to make a change. I wish I could do that. I would be right now playing with my children in the Garden of Eden while we are alive, and teaching them how to role play, of course, for their generation. You might be too old to play. Who cares about your real life character? When there is so much to share, produce, and see the beauty of this world as we are for the next 1,000 years. It can only happen when parties stop fighting each other. And promoting all these fights is also part of the disruption and the chaos to make you blind and make you think you're weak to fight evil. So, if you like to be abused and think evil is okay, come to me. You can connect with me from here below. Should be done in the private if you're an adult. Yes? No one's business. Yeah? From your own free will. Because you have matured and recognize that you like to suffer. It's your very deepest hidden pleasure. And it gives you a lot of power to see that from the opponent who is hurting you. Because you will want to come back and prove again that you can do it out of this suffering. So, anyways, I would just refer this person to somebody, of course, who has time for that. Now, you have understood the polarities, of course, but we have multiple polarities all across political parties, or across around the world, around the world, up your ass, from your mouth, ears, anything that comes out from any hole, being delivered to what, who needs catering anyways, yeah? Doesn't matter how you dress, it's the same, right? So 2025, are we gonna continue with this really? Like, come on. So if you see here the relationship of all the character traits that composes this side of the character, the characteristics, if you are a professional like me, you will see it at once and get those character traits and play with them respectfully. And it's with moderation. It's not from one step to another. You work with these character traits with a lot of mirroring, with a lot of being witness and present, with a lot of patience to allow the gravity to continue. Yeah. So if the left party has not picked the best people of the right, and the right party has not picked the best people of the left, this is to prevent these wars to happen and evil to reign the world, because they don't know how to manage. All right, you can manage your company, but it's not fully yours when you come to count all the people from around the world, their cultures, and their regulations to protect their values, their culture, their information, and how to handle and protect their people to have their own systematic influence to help one another with their own credit, with the credit giving, of course. It does need international interaction to 30% from the people that were born as immigrants, because other continents will be able to accept them because they're from their own culture. They're not a white person, they're not the colony. So they will trust to pay that credit back from people that come back and forth, like the South Americans in Spain, and the British Empire has people for centuries that have been in here in United Kingdom, from the Caribbean to the Middle East and Africa, as well as France. Well, Americans and Canadians have evolved very quickly because they have not mingled with other races in North America. They just wipe them off. So it takes more time to try to mingle and allow abundance to flourish, as they also teach you how to be grounded, enjoy life, have the love to nature, the wonders of this world, to open up your mind and heart to be able to detect and filter and notice other values. We cannot cut all the trees from this world just creating cardboard, and we have to pay a lot of attention to the geniuses of this world that only the influencers can bring abroad by filtering throughout their continent their talent. So they're promoted with a universal coin, a universal understanding, because what is to debate that is best for us is not because a company has invested on it. It is because it's best for us. And people are free to do and choose what they want to do, of course. And companies are free to invest in what they like to do, of course. But there are other thematics that we can transfer into a better economy, where you can still have your pipe of money flowing. For example, virtual reality is going to bring a lot of energy, money. It will be faster to have humans knowing to interact than robots. Robots should never be created to an amount that equals humans. All right, there is a level of adjustment where robots and humans can learn together and have the understanding through the logos, through the meaning of life. It's a systematic puzzle. It's not just in the chemistry of the body, all this information. When you do meditation or you are devoted to Christianity and singing as a monk or a nun, waking up every 3-4 hours to allow the mind to enter in other states, because the mind is very attached to your own beliefs. And being part of a company can limit you from understanding the multiplying forces that can benefit your company and the universe at large, where we can work this out together respectfully from each part. Yeah? So if the Middle East takes care of themselves, they wouldn't be investing in wars. If Israel had a nuclear bomb, there will never be more wars from Israel. Anyone that would bomb Israel with a nuclear bomb will understand that no one can make another nuclear bomb on you, because then other countries will also make nuclear bombs. Maybe. But it's not just Gaza the problem and the Muslim belief, also Israel. And they're never going to change. All right? None of them, their own extremes, have been from birth attacking and protecting from childhood this foundation of sickness and hatred. I have said it before, even Putin would help us. It requires a lot of patience. It's an Himalayan task. To deal with this problem. There is not a nuclear bomb, of course, but I would really just consider that we need to move forward, right? So, well, Elon Musk is now doing a third party in United Kingdom. Reform is happening. We see people from the Tories moving to reform. I do like politics. I do love everyone. It's not easy to say I am better than you or you're better than I. We are all God's favorite. I mean, it's not really like, yeah, I'm going to have majority votes to be the favor. And if not, I'll kill you. Only in the Wild West, they are really killing people. Also in Venezuela. But anyways, why the rest of the world has to be watching the news from United States of America as it is in 2025? I question. Mark that and erase it from your minds if you can, because we are following the light of the devil. Who is playing both sides. In the past, those plays will be remembered in the storylines of role playing to virtual reality, and it will be a lot of fun because there are thrills, there are super powerful beliefs to interact with each other, and laughter and suffering to let emerge and manipulate the masses of players. And you like to have a strong and powerful game if you want to play. You would like to win. But some are always among the winners. We do not wish to win because we are always winning in a continuum, on and on and on. Just give it a little room to develop. We're not interested in winning, really, because they are major priorities. So a mother will help all her children, but a father, if he's bothered by one, it will take it out in the streets, right? So then this child becomes worse. Yeah. It is good to go out there and find your freedom, of course. 1 of 10 families is known to have unconditional love. Probably that is a single mother, or she has some power in the family. Or maybe it's a grandmother supporting this marriage as well. It's not easy to accept things that are unreasonable. Yeah. There is the stigma. The stigmas, the Stygian mysteries, you could not understand. It's unreasonable. It's gonna drive you crazy. Just let her out. Nobody talk about it. And that is worse than the problem itself. Yeah. It has been long time for psychologists, sociologists, and psychiatry to understand that if a person has home and food and their own space to live, it will be better for that person. So there is no need of madhouses where they used to try to find a solution to it all and studying it and practicing a lot of experiments. Love is a frequency that runs through everything we do, and hatred. So you will have these two. So how are we gonna move to unconditional love? Yeah. So you will have to be an artist, a creator. You will have to be not from the University of Science in chemistry, following other people's studies and being supported by it. But you will have to be a madman playing with chemistry, knowing very well what you're doing might be perhaps illegal. But then it does make its step forward. I know people that work in artificial intelligence like to make something good for humanity. I have the memory from before I was born. Some people will talk to the masses and won't talk about metaphysics or ancient memory. It could be said as it is from imagination, perhaps, leaving a doubt so you don't sound crazy. There are rules that allow you to talk about this without sounding crazy. When you practice meditation or have been praying with monks or nuns, with a long spiritual retreat, you will be able to discern the many flavors of your own intelligence throughout your consciousness. Where is it coming from? Because information is infinite, so why is it not going any deeper? Why do you have to ask the same question 20, 40 times if you were in a state of awareness? You will understand it without explanations. So I recommend everyone to have spiritual retreat, of course, because you have the power to do good for humanity. And humanity is not one country alone or one party alone. Okay, have a good day, night, ultra space time. Remember us who've been pulling our hairs and stretching our neurons to be able to make what you have now. Peace is up to you. 2025. To recognize the others, whatever it is that you are doing. Everything is being watched from everyone. So be careful. Be aware. It's up to you. That's what a leader does.